Today I want to talk about our damage waiver. It's 10% of the rental cost, and it covers damages. And I want to talk about what exactly it covers and how it happens. This is the 20-foot slide. We have it set up in the back of our shop. A lot of times when people especially do a pickup, where they come to our shop and pick the inflatable up, after they set the inflatable up, they don't like where they have it, so they want to move it around. And they will actually pull on something like this here. There'll be 3 or 4 of them pulling hard, trying to move the inflatable, and it rips, tears the inflatable in two, or just pulls it right out of the seam. Also, on the bottom, that's mainly where they're going to start pulling. Don't recommend that. Never pull on the anchor areas by themselves. Grab a part of the inflatable, if you're moving it around, deflate it, actually grab the material and move it. It'll keep you from tearing our inflatable. But if somebody does that, that's what that damage waiver will cover, us to fix it. And sometimes we cannot do the repair. We have to take them to Atlanta. Ends up being a $500–600 cost, but that's what that covers. Also, this particular inflatable, this is where they enter it. Across the board, inflatable manufacturers tell you per person, no more than 200-pound folks. Now you can get 600–800 pounds like in a bounce house, but multiple people less than 200 pounds, and mostly it's going to be small children, 150 pounds or less. But that's not to say we have these adult parties, and I'm guilty too. But if you have a bunch of adults and you rent something like this and it has a slip and slide attachment, it's a big inflatable for bigger folks and smaller kids. 3-year-olds can climb this no problem. They're going to step here, right here. This is where they're going to get on it. And you got 250 plus folks at a big party going up and down it 500 times. You can bust this seam right here. This is where it's stitched together. The inflatables breathe. There's a lot of stitches in inflatables. That's why the blower has to run. This seam here, I repaired that one. And this is under the ladder cover. You will never see this, but that's glue. That's where tape's been, and we got to get the residue off of it. But I just want to give you an example. Right there where they enter, that's what that damage waiver is going to cover. We get folks on it that's pretty heavy, end up busting a seam. Doesn't happen a lot, but it does. That's another thing it will cover. Also too, if you do a pickup, we will get the inflatable in your vehicle or in the back of your truck, on your trailer. Sometimes when the homeowners flip the inflatable off the back of the truck or getting it back on the truck to bring back to us, they accidentally will poke a hole. It'll catch the edge of their tailgate or their vehicle and cause a small hole. So those are a few of the things that the damage waiver, our damage waiver covers. And it asks you at the end of your checkout, if you do an online booking, gives you a price if you want it. So this is something that helps us keep our inflatables up to par. Repairs, when we have a big expensive repair that we have to take to Atlanta, every time somebody does this, it adds up and it gives us the funds to do that. Don't make no money on it. Don't plan on making any money on it. We don't want a lot of repairs, but it happens several times a year. And a lot of times people do it and they don't even know they did it. We get it back and we see it, and they made it through the party. Things stayed fully inflated, but it busted a small area in the seam, 4 inches long, and we have to repair it. So I hope that helps. Let me turn my phone around. I'm Mark, the owner of Apex Inflatables, and I'm going to put this on Facebook so everyone can take a look at it. Thank you. Have a good day.